All right. Here we are in week 9. Me and Kenny are still sucking in our pick'em challenge. We're like at the bottom 10%. We're not doing too hot with that.
Who cares? People who pick that can't possibly watch football.
Right, they don't. In fact, one of the teachers I worked with last year, she doesn't know anything about football, and they're like in 5th place right now. They just pick based upon color and stuff like that.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should do that next
We should
week.
let Natalie roll dice, and just whatever she picks.
Yeah.
We should just let Natalie pick.
After this week, which we picked Oakland to win, because we just go with the home team. We're out this week, so we got 2 weeks to make up the difference, and we have to come in first out of like 52 people. So
Yeah,
we got to make desperate picks. We got to pick stupid picks. Rams have got to lose to Cleveland if they play them. They don't play them. But anyways, this week we're going to do our daily fantasy pick'ems, but we're not going to set a whole team. We're just going to go with who we like and their value, based upon their value. So I'm just gonna list my team, and then I'll have you list yours.
Okay.
Quarterback. This is going to be someone that I like for the rest of the year, and it's Cam Newton. The only reason I'm taking him, he's the second most expensive. However, he's
6,600.
He's 500 less than Mahomes.
400 less.
Mahomes is.
Is he 71? I thought he was only 7.
He's 71.
Oh, he's 71. Okay.
Yeah, I'll look. The running back that I like, and these are gamble picks, is Crowell, because he's going up against.
It's gonna be an ugly segment. Continue.
Because he's going up against Miami, and Miami can't stop the run. My wide receiver, damn, did we pick a lot of the same people?
Kind of, sort of. Continue.
Is Cortland Sutton. Just because he's 3,900 and he's the number 2 receiver on his team, and he's been playing well as the number 3. Tight end, because they're playing Tampa Bay, I wanted to pick one of the receivers. I almost picked Funchess, but I went with Greg Olsen instead.
Because DJ Moore.
Olsen was cheap too. I forget what Olsen was, but he was cheap. And then finally, I went with this defense because this team, no matter who is at quarterback, just likes to turn the ball over, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They scored 34 points last week, and the Bengals still scored 18 points on defense.
Yeah.
Fantasy defense. So, yeah, I went with Carolina. I like it.
Well, sadly, this means at least 2 of our picks are going to be crappy because me and you agreed on 2 of them strongly. And that would be Cam Newton and Crowell. I picked both of those.
Nice.
I'm also really big on Sutton, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
I wanted him, but you got him in our league.
I didn't I?
A special reward for losing.
Yeah, special reward. Then my wide receiver of the week, it's one of the... We haven't really talked much about revenge games this year. We haven't had too many chances on it. But Cooks is playing New Orleans this weekend, and I'm pretty excited about that one. I got a good feeling about this guy this weekend.
Yeah.
I think he finally gets... I think Cooper Kupp's back, but he's not full strength, so there's going to be more coverage.
It's just a distraction.
It's just a distraction.
I like it.
My wide receiver, or my tight end, is going to be Jordan Reed. All the other wide receivers for Washington are pretty much banged up. Like, they're all questionable.
Been banged up.
Yeah.
Like, I've been thinking this the past couple weeks. I have him in my other league.
Now, he did have a little neck thing that popped up, but it's already been cleared and, like, all this stuff. So, I don't know. I kind of have to play. I mean, he's still expensive. Don't get me wrong, but out of all the other ones, like,
Right.
I'm taking him.
Yeah, when it comes to tight end, if you're not taking Ertz or Kelsey, just go cheap because no one's scoring more than 10 points unless it's by chance.
Yeah.
Tight end's crazy this year.
And then my defense, who I actually picked up in our league also this week, is Vikings against Detroit. I mean...
At Minnesota.
At Minnesota.
So I like that in a way.
Matthew Stafford is known to throw some interceptions. So.
He's known to throw some interceptions.
And he's
gonna
down
be
a wide
in colder
receiver.
weather. And he's down a receiver, so it's going to throw off the rhythm. I like that. I like that one a lot, man. So that works. We'll see. We did it this way that we can compare each other's a little bit better, even though we picked 2 of the same. However, we also got to compare price.
Real quick.
Based on price.
Do you know who your other wide receivers would have been? Because I have 2. I actually wrote them all out before you told me what we were doing.
I told you one. Danny Amendola. I like Danny Amendola. And because he put like 26 points up against them early in the year, I went with John Brown.
I like the John Brown one because I almost picked him instead of.
Like
picking,
I said, I do like Devin. I like a lot of the cheaper ones this week.
Yeah.
I like Devin Funches.
I like
But I
DJ
went
Moore
with-
better than I like Funches.
You like DJ Moore?
More than I like Funches.
I have DJ Moore on here. No, I don't.
Okay.
I was gonna mention DJ.
But
Moore.
Devontae Parker is another one I think is a good value play
Mm-hmm.
because like if they don't run the ball, if it doesn't work out for them, the Jets. I think Devontae Parker's in for a big game because he's finally catching some stuff up.
Sorry, DJ Moore is my waiver.
Oh, okay. And then Tyreek Hill is always just like a guaranteed. Like he didn't throw up 30 points last week, so he's guaranteed to do it this week. So it's kind of one of those.
Because Sammy Watkins did, which
Right.
I warned at the beginning of the year. Someone's going to do great, but we don't know who. Crazy. And Chris, of course, picked him up. Chris is just doing. You would think Chris is a freaking
Genius.
magician. Anyways, so big trades have been happening. The trade deadline occurred this past, what was it, Wednesday? Halloween?
Which have you ever seen this many trades in NFL football season?
Like big trades.
trades, no.
Like,
You know, this linebacker went for this defensive lineman,
and the thing is, who would have guessed that? Well, Ty Montgomery, that was a random trade. Ty Montgomery would get traded. Who would have thought
Why?
that Golden Tate was going to get traded?
No.
I understand it in a way. I thought, like, this whole year, I'm like, okay, Marvin Jones is going to be out. It's going to be Tate, and it's going to be Galladay.
like the only.
And then they trade Tate, and I'm like, oh, okay.
I keep hearing all these like I kept you kept seeing like Demaryius Thomas talks about Demaryius Thomas for trading. Like, who are they going to trade Demaryius Thomas to for like what? And then you're like Houston. I'm like,
Their opponent this
I'm
week.
like, what?
Yeah. But, I mean, that makes sense for at least Houston.
Because that dude keeps getting hurt, or Fuller's always hurt. and
Fuller's
then
always hurt. And then
And
QT.
I mean, and having DT on your
hamstring.
team, I mean, that don't hurt nobody.
That don't hurt nobody. No, it does not. As long as he meshes with the man, Nuke Hopkins.
I think it'll be
if he
fine.
don't mesh with Nuke, you can get him out. So who was your biggest winner out of all the trades?
It's Oakland, and I think they get a
Because of
first
the
round
picks?
pick for Amari Cooper.
Right.
That's like me giving you dog shit and you hand me a bag of candy.
But in Devil's Advocate,
I mean, even if
Amari Cooper is also the
Oh.
best because he got away from Oakland
Yeah.
while they're imploding.
even if Amari Cooper, let's say, ends the season now and he catches he catches 3 touchdowns and has like a decent game here or there, I don't care. He's not worth a first round pick in any world.
No, they overbought him.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like taking.
But my thing is, like, you could have given a first round pick to. I'm trying to think of a wide receiver somebody would have traded. Like, you probably could have gave them a first round pick for Keenan Allen, or
Yeah.
Keenan Allen's some money, or you could have gotten a better wide receiver for a first round pick. Why go get Amari Cooper? Like, if you're like,
Because he's still young. And I don't know. I'm not a scout. Maybe there's not many talented wide receivers coming up through college right now that are going to be in the draft in the next couple of years. Like, maybe none are, like, standing out as they could be a number one. So maybe that's why you would go to Amari and be like, maybe he's still young enough that we
no,
could
there's
take him.
plenty of wide receivers coming in the draft the next 2 years.
I'm not a scout. I'm just saying. I thought Sammy Watkins was going to be one of the top 5 receivers. I thought we'd be like praising him as a top second round pick, but he's not.
All I'm saying is they could have done more for a first round pick, I feel like, than Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
So I feel like Oakland just stole that one. Who'd you pick?
But I mentioned Amari Cooper, but I think Galladay. I think he's really good. If you've watched him play.
You picked a player. You
I
didn't pick
picked
the player that's gonna.
I mean, you could pick a team. You could pick because I
feel you.
I don't like Julio Jones this week because Clinton Dix just went to the Redskins. So once again, I don't think Julio's going to score a touchdown because they just stacked up their D-backs and they're going to put all the pressure on Julio and let Calvin Ridley and Sanu go off.
No, I mean that's fair. But I mean, if you're gonna say a player that gets the best,
I just think.
Well, I'm just saying,
think what are they going to turn that first round pick into? I don't know.
Right.
What I do know is Galladay is going to get 4 more targets.
Well, then I'm gonna go ahead and pull into all this together. So if I was doing we're doing a breakout star segment. My breakout star for the second half is Cordell Sutton, and it's because he's gonna be the number 2 and possibly even more. Now he's going to get even more chances.
He's not going to
on the field.
outdo Emmanuel Sanders, but
I feel like he's the breakout star for the second half.
Right, they don't have a tight end.
That dude is good.
Their receiving back is what, Devontae Booker or Philip Lindsay? Like, do they actually catch? So yeah, no, I like that one.
I really like Cordell Sutton for the second
I like
half.
that one. I think that's yeah, and it's safe. I feel like a lot of people see that coming. Last week, I wish I had mentioned him, but it's Josh Adams from Philadelphia. He's their running back.
Yes.
I watched him I watched the game for a little bit, and I watched a series where he played. Hold on. I watched a series where Josh Adams played, and I was like, wow, this cat's good. I was like, I might just sneakily pick him up. Game changed over because I was watching Red Zone. And I go back, and I'm like, I want to see how good he did. He had 4 carries for 17 yards. Like, I literally watched all that he played. So I was like, oh, okay, maybe I won't mention this guy. And then he goes off last week for 9 carries or whatever for 60 yards. I'm like, oh, I should have said something. And it reminds me of last year, I thought about Tariq Cohen. This guy does not remind me of Tariq Cohen, but I like Tariq Cohen. I also liked, last year, Alex Collins, who, once I mentioned him, once he actually started getting playing time, broke out. I think Josh Adams is the back for them. I don't know if he catches the ball or not. I don't know how good he's going to be, but from what I've seen him play, he's been really good. Is he going to be a fantasy stud? I'm not saying that, but he's definitely going to be a really good running back.
Well, so you heard it first here on the ground.
Maybe not first.
Josh Adams, starting running back for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't even know if he's starting.
No, I'm
he's
just saying, like,
he's the best back.
Hey, anybody is going to be better than those 2 other idiots who you can't never figure out who's going to do good.
Yeah.
Is it Smallwood? Like, I thought remember I told you.
I guarantee
Clement.
this. You want to know who he's going to do better than? Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, that's
Le'Veon
true.
Bell
Gonna
isn't
get a
doing
0.
anything. Dang, I wanted them to trade him so badly. Oh, well. All right, so we each have our breakout. I can easily agree with Courtland Sutton. I feel like you're a little hesitant about my pick, but that's why it's called a breakout.
I'm not hesitant about it. I'm more or less like, well, one, just like you, I didn't know who the dude was, and I was looking at the thing, and I was like, Josh Adams, doesn't that dude play wide receiver? And I'm thinking like, didn't he come from Oregon or something? I've seen his name before, but I just didn't know who he played for. Mm-hmm. And so then I was like, okay, well that's cool. They're throwing somebody else in the mix, so now you're never going to be able to play any Philadelphia Eagle running back.
But I think in a couple weeks you're going to know. Not this week. Not this week because they're on bye. But anyways, best matchups. This is a segment where we looked at the schedules of everyone and who we would like to have on our team right now based upon their schedule because they have easy matchups. Started with this person, ended with this person.
We just picked the same person.
Cam Newton.
You can't not. It's
Cam Newton this week gets Tampa Bay. He's going to get Tampa Bay again. He's going to get Atlanta again. He's going to get New Orleans.
He gets New Orleans and Atlanta the last 2 weeks of fantasy. Which, like...
Who else do they get? They get, like, Pittsburgh.
They get Cleveland and Pittsburgh.
Cleveland, you score points on. Pittsburgh, you're going to be shooting at against. So
the 2 worst... The 2 hardest defenses they end up playing against the rest of the season are Detroit and Seattle.
Seattle was the one, yeah.
But honestly, they just look like that for most quarterbacks. But when it comes to Cam Newton, he can't throw the ball on you. He's just going to run the ball. And they both give up a lot of runs.
Yep.
So
I actually did it for every position.
I can do it off the... I know some. Go ahead.
So I also went with McCaffrey.
Fair enough.
Because they're going to have to score points, and it's up against defenses that allow points. Tight end. I'm just going to go ahead and throw this one out there. I said it doesn't matter who the tight ends play because you should only play the ones that have been producing and don't play the ones that haven't been producing.
You can't play matchups for tight ends.
Flip a coin.
You can't really
spin
play
the bottle. Set up names in a circle of who's in the waiver and just spin a bottle. And whoever it lands on, pick them up and play them.
I've honestly thought about just hopefully doing one of those random things and putting all the tight ends' names that are left in the available waiver wires.
Who looks the most athletic?
And just picking it and just hitting the button and whatever it picks, that's what I'm going to play that week.
Yep.
Because might as well. Because whatever I think or any kind of statistical research I do doesn't do jack.
Even if all signs point up, they won't even catch a pass. They won't even get a pass.
Benjamin Watson.
Yep. Sorry, bro.
Douchebag.
However, receiver, I actually like my guy Michael Thomas.
Yeah. on that note, just another player, since we're talking about breakouts, I'm not going to say it. It's going to be kind of like a Josh Adams thing.
Okay.
I just got a gut feeling watching him play. Traquan Smith.
I haven't watched him play.
I don't know. Who picked him up in our league, by the way, because I went to go pick him up. I saw he was picked up, but I can't remember who picked him up. But he's taken over like the Ted Ginn Jr. spot.
Yeah.
Cameron Meredith is totally obsolete now because of this. And
Yeah.
he looks really good.
In his picture, he looks like a real gangster, though.
Oh, he is. I mean, he's a straight. But I mean, let's be fair. If you look at people by their picture,
Scary.
Alvin Kamara looks like a gay nightclub guy. So
Yeah, that's true.
because he has
Wow.
2 nose rings. So I mean, like,
The son of Flava Flav.
yeah, like it is what it is.
All right, and then for defense, we talked about to pick up a defense this week actually was the Jets. Jets. Why? One reason. They played Buffalo twice.
Fair enough.
And
Wait,
that's
does
all
that-
you need to know.
Does anybody play Oakland twice?
I looked. No. I literally went to Oakland's defense and was like, who do they play twice for the remainder? Nope. Okay. Jets it is. Yep.
We've officially decided that Oakland is clearly
Forfeiting.
the worst team I might have ever seen on TV. What's it doing?
We got 4 seconds.
Oh, well, okay.
Oakland's it. Oakland sucks.
I